So I remember when I first started, I used to hear this all the time, like, oh, you gotta fake it till you make it. I think there's a gray area of how far to push it. Like example, there's people on social media who promote like they're making all this money, right? Maybe they don't talk about the money that they're making. Maybe some of them they do, but they also portray this life that they're living and they're actually barely living and barely able to afford that life. I think that's kind of pushing it a bit. I don't really care if people do that. Like you gotta do what you gotta do. But I think if you have to start lying to the people you're working with, then I don't think you really need to do that. Once you actually start meeting people or actually start producing content or talking about it, like you should be honest with it. And I think if you're honest with it at that point, they're gonna know like, okay, well, it's all fluff. They're just showing this lavish life, but they're also being honest about the fact that like, hey, I love this life. I want to keep living this life and I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make living this life, even if I'm barely able to afford it, because as soon as I make the right move, then I'll be able to continuously live this life. So I think it just kind of depends on the way you're taking it. I think if you're taking it that way, it's okay. But if you're taking it to the point where like maybe scam people, then it's kind of like I wouldn't necessarily agree with that.